And greetings everyone, and welcome back to another World of Warships live stream with the Hive Hand. And unsurprisingly, apologies to those, I did actually press the wrong button. I went to go live, I cut it off, and now we are live again. And we have reached the grand final, or should we say the world final of Ocean Cup 4. Tonight, we have the honour of watching none other than WOWSL, the reigning sort of grand champions, shall we say, against Hulk or Hull Crushers. They're kind of like saying the new kids on the block is kind of the wrong thing completely. They're definitely not the new kids on the block, but they have rose to, you know, stardom, shall we say, in the competitive scene of late, and I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing exactly how this match turns out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the smart money, 100%. The smart money would be on WOWSL to take the win, because they are the reigning champions. They have been for so long. It's very, very rare we've ever seen WOWSL lose a game. They're also really good at pulling back victories, like we've seen last week against SOA, where they sort of dramatically lost the first match, only to come back win the next 3 games in a row. So yeah, they're pretty good at handling the pressure. So tonight we are graced with the views of, we have Mr. Senna from Hull Crushers, and I believe, although YouTube's doing that really annoying thing where if you're not on the screen exactly, it pauses it. We also have Cranky Cracker in the Duncan. He's already spotted quite early on. Let's see if we can get some sort of tactical overview. It looks like WOWSL are pushing fairly heavily on C. I'm assuming that DD is going out to C. They're going to contest B, with just a cruiser, and then they've got the cruise, the battleship, pushing over on the A side of the flank. Let's have a quick flick back to Hull Crushers, who has remained live. Whereas Hull Crushers, there we go, as the screen clears up, they've gone for a slightly different route where they've got 2 ships protecting B, although the B ship has got a pretty firm crossfire over onto A. So, in all fairness, this is actually really, really similar setups. So, let's see who pulls off choosing the setup correctly for this match. Cranky Cracker has already taken a not insignificant amount of damage. Those shots from Senna could prove to be very damaging, but unfortunately, or fortunately, if you Cranky Cracker, he kind of gets away with it. Although it does appear to have taken some more troops. I believe it's the Delaware at this tier, quite possibly. C is being taken by WOWSL, but Hull Crushers doing a very good job to contest it. B is just going to be a massive deadlock. You've got 2 cruisers against each other until one of the other caps is like clearly won, and one side or the other gets a bit more DD support. Not much is going to happen there. Hull Crushers let WOWSL slip the cap on C, but that's very quickly being taken back by Hull Crushers themselves. So, am I actually live? I am actually live. One heck of a delay there. Yeah, Mr. Quaid, there is a huge delay. We've got to stick 4 minutes on there to keep everything sort of fair and ensure that no cheating or anything goes on. Although I think you might be on the wrong stream. I am very confused as to what's going on with my live stream at the moment. Am I actually even live? I guess is the question. I should have been live for a minute and a half. There we go. I am live. So let's go one heck of it. Yeah, we are on the right stream. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but my no. Is this good God? No, this is correct. We are here. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long week, and there we go. Now finally, OBS has decided to catch up. Yorkies, welcome. Got to go for the underdogs. I want a draw, says Matt. There is going to be no draws. I don't know how. It's like I believe this is best out of 5, so it's pretty impossible to get a draw, and I'm guessing if a draw does happen, the Fleet Network will jump in and go, well, play again. Play again. And in all fairness, I think Hull Crushers are actually doing, they're actually holding out really well, considering, like, you are playing the daddies, you are playing WOWSL. I think it's hard to justify saying any team is better than WOWSL currently, but not to take anything away from Hull Crushers. Hull Crushers have been putting in the work. They've made it to the finals. They 100% deserve their spot, and yeah, you gotta love rooting for the underdog. We'll switch over to Cranky Cracker's perspective here, which is way behind because YouTube hates me. But there we go. This is kind of unfortunate for WOWSL because Cranky has lost a lot of health. Yes, he's in Duncan. Yes, he has super heals. But if you look down here where my little mouse cursor is, apologies if you're watching this on your mobile because that will be very small. But even with his super heal, he can't actually regain that much. I'm guessing he's taken some rather nasty Citadel damage at some point. So, but literally, it's almost every match I've watched WOWSL play, they've lost the first round. And I don't know if they do it intentionally to lull people into a false sense of security. Is it some sort of super Chad tactic? Or it just happens to be sort of just what happens. But they seem to lose the first round and then come back absolutely swinging. Cranky, as you can see, he's healed himself up, but he's down to just under half health, which is not a particularly good sign. But WOWSL taking, there we go, it's just ticked over. They have now got themselves a 100-point lead. So Hull Crushers really need to do something here. They've got a couple of choices. Bear with me, I just realised, purely because of the way it is, I've got to switch the audio for both. Otherwise you can be watching Cranky and wondering why it's making gun firing sounds when it's actually Sen shooting at someone. Yeah, so Hull Crushers really need to do something here. Like, yeah, we're literally halfway through the battle. There's a 100-point difference between the two teams, and 120-point difference. That difference is just going to keep on growing and growing. And with this sort of very tactical stalemate that they're both playing, unless they can capture a point, or at least like they need to capture a point, and they also need to contest C, or they need to start sinking ships. And that's not an entirely easy thing to do against WOWSL. Whichever team doesn't have nonsense battleships that run away to the airport somehow, I hope they win. I think you find you won't see much of that going on here, Matt. Stylo, let's go. Yeah, thank you very much for 8 months of membership. Evening, Noki. Did you say you were on tomorrow night? I hope Yorkie's on tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who doesn't know Nostra Yorkie, basically he's a really short, ugly Englishman that's struggling with life, but is actually quite entertaining on YouTube. So you guys might wanna you guys might want to check out his channel and maybe drop him a follow. He's thoroughly entertaining and makes fun of the Welsh a lot when I'm around. I don't know why. But oh, this is potentially big. WOWSL are absolutely pounding the illusion of Hulk, and that's it. Hulk has now lost a destroyer. The first ship lost in the game. There's a 250-point lead now. Like I was saying earlier, I think Hulk really needed to do something. They really needed to start applying pressure somewhere, and losing that ability to apply pressure on sea now it's big. It's kind of detrimental. Aaron, I wouldn't disagree. I think game one, like very much looks like it's going to go to WOWSL at this point. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock. Cranky's moving into a more aggressive position. He's going to fire HE at the Delaware. That's something I have noticed. Like these hybrid carriers are incredibly powerful, but they really do seem to struggle against HE. So having something like the Duncan focus him down would be a good play. But he's retreated back behind the island. Cranky's noticed the Hulk battleship pushing around the far island on the map here, and it looks like he's getting himself in position. And there's Senna. He's getting himself in position to punish Senna as soon as he pops his head around that corner. Let's go over to Senna's perspective. Like this is 100% going to be a bit rough. He's about to walk into a cruiser, 2 battleships, and be in very close proximity to a destroyer as well. Like he might be lucky if he can manage to take Cranky out. That'll make it easier. But honestly, like he's going to have very limited support from his cruiser based on their positionings behind the islands and such, and it's going to be a real struggle for him to be able to really capitalise on this position. Cranky's angling out, so the AP is not going to do very much. Senna, I think it looked like Senna made the right move by not firing his guns, but then he has been radared, which has lit him up for WOWSL. The Lucian is peppering him with HE. I'm surprised we haven't seen a salvo from Cranky at him in a little while. Maybe he feels like it's unnecessary, but there's also the Delaware right there, and like he's just losing hit points, but he's losing hit points for free, for nothing. He's not getting anything in return, which is unfortunate. There's Delaware torpedoes, and unfortunately that is sent down. And Hull Crushers have lost a cruiser as well whilst I was focused on that battle. So it is 145 points to 693. Yeah, I can't see Hull Crushers at this point being able to turn this particular match around. Good evening, the Fleet Networks. Greetings and good luck to both teams. Thank you very much for popping in and checking out our stream. Right, back to the action then. Oof, this is not good. The Delaware from Hulk Camden here is also incredibly low at this point. We've got 1:43 on the clock, but it would take unfortunately it would take Hull Crushers a series of miraculous miracles over the next 60 seconds to win this battle. But in all fairness, I thought they played really well, both teams. We had it was a bit of a stalemate, which I understand watching. Stalemates can be a bit boring, but for for competitive play. That shows both teams have got very good positions. But yeah, just unfortunately for Hull Crushers, I feel probably one or two mistakes were made. And as soon as those dominoes start dropping at this level, as soon as you make a mistake, the enemy team are pretty much there, sitting there waiting, ready to punish you. And they're 60 to 820, and they got zeroed out with 45 seconds left on the clock. So game 1 goes to WOWSL. Glad you didn't say British. Yeah, not British, you're English. The Delaware was in the B cap. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the Delaware actually pushed into B. You don't often see them. Right, hang on. Maybe I need to maybe swap screens here. Because it looks like someone's reselecting a ship. And we're on board with Cranky. That appears to be back in time. There we go. Cranky's not changed his ship. I'm not giving anything away if anyone does look. So that'll be fun. Apologies, folks, about the delay, but we do have to have a rather large delay on, just to ensure that we're, not allowing any stream sniping or anything like that to go on, because that would be incredibly unfortunate. Oh, and WOWSL have brought in Mr. Big Time No Calves himself. Where are you, Aaron? Has joined the team. and Yorkie, I 100% understand. English people making fun of Welsh, Welsh people making fun of the English is kind of what we do. We basically family. So we're allowed to argue amongst ourselves. But if it ever comes between toss-up between making fun of the English, or for the English or the Welsh, or the French, we'll 100% every single time gang up on the French. But it's that kind of brotherhood, maybe, I guess you could say, a sort of relationship we have with our pesky overlords. I mean neighbours, the English. We're just waiting for one more player from Hulk to come back, and Cranky's going, oh look, I've got this guy blocked. Hasn't unblocked him. He's just looking to see if he's got any of them blocked. So, Feel My Flame. Was Feel My Flame in the last match? I don't think I noticed Feel My Flame. I remember seeing Exvico, whatever his name. I don't know. I don't know Exvico. I've seen the name. I know he's a good player. I know Habib Gillis. We've seen Cranky, because obviously we're watching Cranky's perspective. Aaron's come in. J Trank was here. Totoff was here. I don't know who we lost. We lost someone, right? There we go. There's Tanner back in, and yeah, so we're just waiting for one more player for Hulk, so we can get round 2 off the starting line. So, how is everyone doing anyway this Saturday? If you're from Wales or England, did that horrendous storm blow over you? Like, I know 2 houses within like a 5-minute radius of me that lost roofs. It's been pretty rough, but thankfully we managed to keep the power and everything on, and still have internet, which is kind of amazing, and I'm pretty thankful for that. But yeah, it was pretty rough. I don't know what the storm's name is. I've seen it. It's like Dagach or something like that. It was much easier when they give them simple names. And here we go. We are just waiting for Totoff to ready up so we can get this match kicked off. You'll see usually one player from each team won't ready up, just so they can check the lineup of the other fleets. Because if you all ready up, you start the game, one fleet has got an extra radar, or one fleet has got two of the same ships, something that breaks the rule. If you all ready up and you start, that's it. Like, that match is on. You've agreed to it, which is what we've seen with I believe it was Hulk versus Painkillers. Well, Painkillers ended up making us wait 20 or 30 minutes once they sorted it out, because they believed a rule was broken. They all left, but Hulk just went and smashed all their dead ships, and unfortunately Pain forfeited that match. Sonar Morgador for the win. Morgador's really good. I like having that fast sort of attack boat. Obviously, with depending on how you run the commander, you can get that extra concealment whilst running speed boost as well. That can be pretty critical. And like, if you're in it, like DD versus DD fights never turn out good. You never want to fight a DD in another DD unless it's a Shimakaze and you're in a daring or something like that, where you're going to come out with a third of your hit points left. But like, the Morgador is very good at spotting, very good at traversing the map. So if you lose a DD and need extra support elsewhere, they can also flank and spot for you really quick as well. So McGooby for president joined WOWSL, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad we got to see that live. Right, okay, so it looks like we have WOWSL going heavy on the seaside. In all fairness, seems to be a relatively standard tactic these days to get a DD out here spotting wide. At the moment, at least, with the swapping of the battleships, I don't know if I think this is a good idea. I would have kept that battleship out there. They would have already had someone firing on this Hulk cruiser that's also pushing out wide. So at the moment, he's out here spotting, but it's not really contributing. They really need to get someone out here to capitalise on what that DD is spotting. And if we switch over to Hulk, already Senna's taking a bit of a pounding. He has lost almost 30,000 hit points at this point. He has got a fire. He's not putting out because he's still spotting. He's still in danger of getting relit up. But it's... Oof. That was a big hit. Like, you really don't want to be losing that much HP that quickly in a competitive match. That's for sure. He's still burning. He's got 10 seconds left on the fire. He has popped his heel to try and mitigate that. He takes more hits again. This is really unfortunate, and he really needs to change position and get out of that fire. He's down to 6,000 health now, and there we go. Heals popped. Sorry. So this is the second heal that he's used this match. I know your battleships are supposed to be your tanks. They're supposed to soak up some of your damage, but you need to be exchanging damage. I've just noticed on the map as well. This may work in Hulk's favour, but it seems to be a rather sort of odd setup where they have 2 DDs and a battleship on B and everything else on C. They've gone very heavy on the C side, but they don't actually. I was going to say they don't have anything contesting C. That's because they've already lost a DD. Yeah, well, I am on the Welsh coast, Yorkie. That's why. So I mentioned it was damn rough down here. That's what happens when you aren't out of the Stone Age hive. Bracken roofs will take damage. Hey, we're reasonably modern here. Our roads are built out of cobblestones. They were built by the Romans. And I just spotted that cruiser over on the B flank. I believe that was Where Are You, Avron, who obviously isn't streaming tonight because he's too busy playing. I'm gonna be honest with you. It kind of pains me because like I genuinely want to root for the underdog. Everyone loves a good underdog story, right? But this match is very, very heavily going in WOWSL's favour already. It might not look like much, but they've just capped B, they've capped C, they've taken out a DD, and okay, is that legal? I only just noticed that Hull Crushers were actually running 4 DDs because I'm an absolute brainlet. Let me just double check the TFN rulings on that, shall we? So you have to have 2 of each class. 4 ships of one class are 4 ships of one class is allowed. It is allowed. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen a team run 4 DDs, and Hulk just lost their second DD, unfortunately. Mr. Hankman, welcome. Good sir, how are you doing? Hope things are well. Like, so Hulk are really on the back foot here. I was kind of saying, I didn't want to say it, like you want to root for the underdog, but I think like if this was a standard battle, you'd be like, oh yeah, 2 ships down, yeah, that's fine, that's nothing. But when you're playing at this level, losing 2 ships is kind of huge, and it's really not something that you want to have to deal with. And not only that, they're also down by 2 caps. Taking caps back as well is not easy, and it looks like the 3rd DD, the Mogador, is now also sunk. Fair play. I noticed Senna's still alive. He has sort of managed to stay in the fight, considering the significant damage he took earlier. There we go. We'll swap over his perspective now. Sorry about the grainy view, but that will change as YouTube catches up. But he's stuck between a Delaware, a Lepanto, and Petropavlovsk, sailed by Where Are You, Avron there. Like, this is not looking good for Senna. If he survives the next, like, 30 seconds, although as cruel as it sounds saying it, I'll be incredibly surprised. He's down to 1,300 hit points. I see what he'd done. He was trying to make a move. They needed to do something. And now, unfortunately, Hulka also just about to lose the D-cap as well. This is uncharacteristic of WOWSL. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, almost every match I've watched of theirs, they lose a round. They lose the first round. But I guess because this is the final, they're taking this super seriously. They've really stepped it up. And they're out for blood. They want to cement themselves as the world champions. And there we go. Unfortunately, Seda also goes down. A kill from Where Are You, Avron. 993 points left on the board within, and we're only 9 minutes into the battle. They've got 997, 1000. and that is it. Round 2 is over, and it is 2-0 to WOWSL going into the third battle. Now, if WOWSL win this next match, that's it. It's game. Unfortunately, there is a massive amount of pressure on Hull Crushers now. Let's go to the live. They need to win the next 3 battles in a row. Not saying they can't do it. They 100% can. But WOWSL is just such a tough team to try and beat. It's going to be incredibly difficult for them to claw this back. And why is someone pinging me on Discord? Don't you know I'm busy? That's cranky. I'm just a penny after take and take from everyone. Thoroughly deserved, cranky. Thoroughly deserved. So even in the heat of battle, it's good to see that. I know most of the players from both teams here, and honestly, they're all such a great bunch of guys, just doing my job. It is really good. Everyone's like, it's hard to think. I can't think of a team in the Fleet Network where I don't actually like them. It's difficult. It makes my job so hard because you need to be impartial. Why? Because I'm commentating, and if I was all like, WOWSL, it wouldn't be an enjoyable experience for everyone. It just sound like a cheerleader. But like, I know all the teams, and it just makes it even harder when you know these teams. You get along with the guys, and like, you want to root for them, but you can't. And it looks like WOWSL have made a lineup change. Dan has been brought into the battle for them as well now. Wonder if he's going to make much of a difference. Rooting for the underdog is why I don't bet money. You lose too much. That's a good life lesson, ladies and gentlemen. You never know. We could have a Mighty Duck scenario where we have a massive comeback. It's possible. If there's a team out there like that can do it, Hulk could do it. But WOWSL are just, oh my god, they're just playing so well. They're playing so tight, coordinating really well with each other, focusing out the DDs quickly and early, which is what they seem to have done so far. And it's just so tight at the top. I think like I want to see Hulk win a round or two. I really do, but there's some mountains that just can't be climbed, and WOWSL look like they are that team. Unfortunately, as well, that's something that I want to sort of bring up with the Fleet Network as well. Like, we've seen a massive shake-up this Ocean Cup because of how they changed the structure. So basically, the structure has changed in a way that sort of, at least in the leagues, you've got the European leagues and you've got the American leagues. Well, in the American leagues, you've kind of got the top teams fighting each other early on, which, to be honest with you, I think may have been a bit of a mistake, because we've seen Salty get knocked out really early. We've seen Crimson Dragons get knocked out really early. Payne's Armada got knocked out really early. Quite a few really big, really competitive teams. Excuse me. Getting knocked out very early on in the competition. Whereas, like, they're teams you would have expected to see in the quarterfinals. Maybe you would have expected to see one or two of those in the finals as well. And I think they may need to reconsider their structuring because, like, not saying that all the teams that have got to this point played really well, but I think when you've got, like, Salty and CRD in an early knockout round, I think that's bad for the tournament. They should be meeting in, like, the semi or the quarterfinals, at least. Not getting, pain not getting knocked out in the first set of the knockout rounds, because they've had to play WOWSL. I don't think I can understand it's in a good way. The structure sort of promotes other teams and lets everyone else sort of have a bit more of the limelight, a bit chance to get a bit higher up the boards, which I think in a way is good. But you're having some of the most competitive games happen way too early. So what's going on with chat? Chilling before footy, not soccer. Highlight starts. Football is a fool's game. Rugby's what it's all about. It's kind of like American football, but men playing. Apologies to any Americans out there. American football is a different kind of extreme, but honestly, I love rugby. If I was American, I would play American football, but I'm not. I'm Welsh, so it's rugby all the way. Lush, welcome. Hope you're having a pleasant Saturday evening. Is it Saturday? I think it's Saturday. Honestly, I forgot I was even streaming until like 15 minutes before we were going live. That's how absolutely absurd my week has been. I was like, huh? It's Saturday? Huh? I'm supposed to be streaming in 10 minutes. God damn. Didn't even have time to sort myself out co-host. I was that distracted. But on a good note, I have completed all the IKEA cabinets that my wife purchased this week. That is done. And the Christmas tree is up. So I'm not sleeping in the doghouse tonight, which is good news for me. Hey, Yorkie. This is a prime example of Randy's quote. If you want to stream, get used to talking to yourself. Because you've got to do that a lot. But yeah, WOWSL's teamwork has just been so tight and on point. It's a big hill, and I really want to see Hulk come out swinging here. But it's again, WOWSL have just played so goddamn well. It's going to be a real challenge to get a mark on the board against them, and an even bigger challenge to win. And here we go. Now Gillis in the room, the leader of WOWSL. There we go. We should start seeing everyone ready up. Tiki Bar Enjoyer has also joined. And there we go. And now it is actually WOWSL that have gone for the 4 DDs. That's changed. I noticed WOWSL tend to run 3 BBs a lot. Hive does need a drink. Hive's just had a drink. But Hive's been recovering from a terrible cold that just won't seem to leave his chest for the last month. Which is why I sound 15 years older than what I am. I want to say 15 years older than what I am. It's why I sound like a dead guy. So, beautiful Mirus, good evening, welcome. Apologies for me only getting back to you now because there's a massive delay. Hive, I don't think it was going to make a difference. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I see. This is where it confuses me, because you're replying to something I said like 4 minutes ago, so I'm a little bit behind, or a bit ahead. I'm coming to you from the future. This is future Hive speaking to you right now. No, past Hive. That's correct. My God. Get your words out. Right, okay. And Yeah, no, I got confused. So we're running 3 DDs, 2 cruisers, 3 battleships from WOWSL. This is the lineup I'm used to seeing from WOWSL. Hulk going for the 3 cruisers, obviously going for a bit more offensive power, which might just work in their favour. Senna has switched over to the main. He's pushing the C flank. Where we got? Please tell me Cranky's going somewhere different. Yeah, Cranky's got the B cap, so we're going to see different perspectives of the match, which is nice. And one thing to note, this week Cranky's stream is running super smooth, which is nice. Last week we were running at 4 frames per minute. It was horrible. It is Saturday. Thank you, Lash. It is Saturday. It is Saturday. Oh God, that means I'm closer to a Monday than I thought I was an hour ago, which is awful. It's a terrible shame. It's nothing worse than a Monday. And WOWSL are very early. If you look, WOWSL are contesting every single cap. It looks like A is being contested by Hulk. The WOWSL DD has just left B. Ooh, St. Louis broadside to a Duncan. No, that could be painful. That's not a ship you want to get shot at. But St. Louis, very quick, very agile, manages to safely dodge them. Oof. See, Hull Crushers have got the opportunity here to start taking B. It looks like their DD is slowly backing up into the cap. He's been spotted by radar. Why, Cranky, why are you not shooting at the TD, good sir? I would have 100% shot at the DD. Hope that doesn't come back to bite them in the ass later on in the match. But they have forced the DD away, which is allowing WOWSL to make some cap progress on B. They're pretty close on C, but unfortunately the Hulk DD has stepped in there and is now contesting. Someone's taken some hits because the cap progress on C has dropped down. Let's flip over to Senna in the main and see what sort of trouble he's getting himself into over here on the C flank. Nothing much, just sitting here having a bit of a barbecue. He is spotted, which would suggest to me that the DD has got, it's not the DD that's got it's the other DD. It is the DD that's got the line of sight on him. I think that was a bad shot. Like, yeah, 100% you do want to shoot at the DDs, but we've seen that island symbol pop up, and I think, besides maybe scaring Gillis away a little bit, and maybe letting some of the cap progress go towards Hulk, it's not going to make a big difference. But this is what I mean. Like, we're 4 minutes into the battle, a little over 4 minutes into the battle now. Not a single ship down, not a single point scored by either of the team. They're both playing. I think it's more Hulk are playing much safer. They're not overextending. They're not making the mistakes that they have in the previous 2 matches, which is just helping them sort of hold on. And when you have a match like this where literally no points are scored, like, instead of the pressure just being on Hulk, there's a bit of pressure on WOWSL as well. And it's that pressure, when that pressure gets to you, you make a mistake, that's when matches start turning around. And, you know, you don't want to be the first team to make a mistake. I hope I feel better soon as well. Thank you. Yeah, maybe the WOWSL versus SOA game. I think that felt a bit more intense because WOWSL took that loss in the first round, but then they convincingly won the next 3 matches. But you haven't got that pressure here where WOWSL haven't lost a round up until this point. So it looks like things have been a bit easier on WOWSL, but oh no, that's 2 ships. This is what I mean about when the mistakes start rolling in. Hull Crushers have just lost one of their battleships. Oh no, I lie. It's WOWSL that have lost 2 ships. WOWSL are down a battleship and a DD. This is what I mean about pressure, ladies and gentlemen, and mistakes happening. Cranky Cracker is one of the ones that has gone down. Like WOWSL have taken 2 caps, but they've lost 2 ships. So you know, like, is that a good trade? I don't think it is. WOWSL have pulled back a kill, taking out one of the 3 Hull Crusher cruisers. Senna, like, War Gaming, for God's sake, give us a spectator mode, so we can see more. We can see more. We can independently view the map instead of having to rely on everyone streaming. Well, I have to say a massive thank you to the guys on both teams for streaming and letting us have this perspectives. It is great, but my God, just give us spectator mode, please. Walk him in, I beg you. All I want for Christmas is spectator mode. And so yeah, like the advantage is Hull Crushers now. We're halfway through the match. Like, yeah, Feel My Flame has got a lot of hit points left currently, more than Senna, but like they have already lost Cranky as well. They are down one of their battleships. Hull Crushers still have 2 cruisers and that DPM. If they can get themselves in the position to really start making that work, this match, all of the pressure is now on WOWSL, even though it's still tight. And like we said, that's when you start feeling that pressure, that's when mistakes start to get made. You would see Hull Crushers now also have their cruiser firing at Feel My Flame. I assumed it was their cruiser. It must be their cruiser. There we go. We can see the HE shells coming in. So if Senna and the cruiser can effectively, you know, focus down Feel My Flame, that's going to make a big difference as well. I don't know if I would have taken that very long pot shot at a Donskovoy. He does make contact, but at this moment the Donskovoy is not really doing anything to particularly hurt Hulk. They really should be focusing on getting rid of this Lepanto. If they can get rid of him, that opens up the flank. They can push round and stop taking so much damage. Senna's in a bad way here. He really needs to get himself unspotted. I'm a little bit confused as to what's actually spotting him. I'm assuming WOWSL have put one of their 2 DDs through B over this side. Let me see if we can have a look from Cranky's perspective. So Senna's here. Lepanto, the Lepanto must have pushed back forward. Must have. Because the Donskovoy, that's the Donskovoy, that's the Petrol. They've not got line of sight. And both the DDs back over here. No, they're not going to have line of sight. I just realised, not even live. Does that make a difference to what our thoughts were? No, not really. So let's check back in with Senna. Senna's doing the right thing here. He's trying to disengage. He really should. Like, he's gonna die to that Lepanto if he keeps on trying to fight him. The Hull Crushers have lost the DD as well. And see, this is how quick it is. Look, we were just saying about how everything was in Hull Crusher's favour for this match, and yet everything has suddenly flipped around to WOWSL. They've got 2 caps. Well, technically they've got all 3 caps. 2 are being contested. They've safely secured a Hull Crushers just losing a second DD, a 3rd ship, and how you can see now, he was literally like, this was looking good for Hulk, and then all of a sudden, they've made mistakes. You shouldn't be 2 ships up, and then losing 3 in quick succession. You should have you've got the advantage, you've got the additional firepower, like you should be 100% focusing your firing and cleaning out. And like I said, we don't have goddamn spectator mode wargaming, so we can't really see what else is going on around the map. Let's jump back to Cranky and see what sort of view he's given us. He's over here at A. Nothing's going on A. A is 100% WOWSL. There's nothing even over here to contest at this point, and they're focusing down the DD that's in B. If Hulk lose that DD, that's it. I think this game is over. I was about to say, I'm wondering why J Trank wasn't shooting at that DD, but he was. We're following Cranky's cam. And where are you? Aaron goes down. That there and the DD. Is that Totov? It's just gone down as well. This is what you expect to see in a final, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we came here to watch. An actual tight game. There is 70 points in it. Hulk have 4 ships remaining. WOWSL are down to their final 3 ships. The Lepanto is pushing on Senna. Senna's got the advantage for an early shot. Unfortunately, he doesn't really get to capitalise and do too much damage. Is Feel My Flame going to focus Senna, or does he know the cruise is there and is he going to save his salvo to try and take him out? He doesn't know he's there, or he's not got a line of sight on him, and he's going to focus down Senna. But that's just going to sort of even up the scoreboard on the ship. Ships Hulk have taken B and C now, so they are going to be racking up slightly more points. But in my infinite wisdom, I've only just realised it does not matter. It literally does not matter. We're down to the final 1 minute 10 seconds of this match. The only way Hulk can win from this point is they need to secure. I don't know if the kill on the Lepanto is enough, and I don't know if they've got enough firepower to actually kill off the Lepanto in the next 50 seconds. It kind of looks like Senna's maybe going in for the ram, but like that's not going to get you what you need. That really isn't going to get you what you need. And the Delaware goes down, giving WOWSL the extending WOWSL's lead. And I think, unfortunately, that looks like it's going to be it. We're dropping down into the final 15 seconds. Unfortunately, Senna hasn't got the firepower to really do an awful lot to the Lepanto when it's sitting bowing like that. Final second, and that is the match. That is 3-0 to WOWSL. But oh my god, that final game. Hulk, what were you doing? What were you doing in games 1 and 2? That's how you should have played the whole time. What? Okay. Everything aside, that was that was a pretty nice way to end out the match. That was a pretty intense final battle. The first two, it was all WOWSL all day long. But that third and final match, Hull Crushers, they dug deep, and they really showed that they deserved to be there. They made that game incredibly tight, and it was literally a case of one kill for Hulk, and that would have been it. That would have been them. That would have been them taking taking a round off WOWSL. So it's unfortunate, but GG's. I say it's unfortunate. WOWSL 100% deserve to win. My God, get your word in word, for God's sake. WOWSL 100% deserved it, but Hull Crushers proved that they earned their spot. They really took it to them in the last battle. I just wish every round was like that. That was so much more exciting and so much closer than the previous. Normally I do post match interviews, but I've got to be honest with you, ladies and gents, it's been a long week. I'm shattered. So I am going to end the stream earlier than I normally would. And I'm going to head off to bed. But thank you very much to everyone that stopped by. Massive thank you to both the WOWSL and the Hulk teams for putting on this display for us this evening. Do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, if you are interested in competitive, let me know. Write a comment. I'll put you in touch with the Fleet Network. You don't need to have a team of Chads. You don't. You can join some of the fleets in there. People are always looking to recruit. You can play as a merc for teams. There's plenty of options and opportunities out there for anyone who wants to give this a hand. They're also introducing the Rookie Cup. That's going to be kicking off in March next year. So that's going to be sort of smaller teams. You're not going to have to fight the WOWSLs, the Salties, the Hulks, the Pains. The top 16 teams have been excluded from the Rookie Cup tournament. So it's gonna be a bit more of a noob friendly is the wrong word, but new to competitive scene. It's gonna be less absolute ultra sweaty giga chads taking you on, and more other. It's going to be heavily focused on sort of new and developing teams, which, to be honest with you, I think is an absolute awesome idea. Right, I could stay here and ramble on all night. We all know that I am perfectly capable of doing that, but I am not. Thank you very much for stopping by. I do hope you enjoyed. And, of course, until next time, take care.